And the man who arrived in Miami, not really very far to go, took on the best in the world and kicked some butt. Ladies and gentlemen, Juan Montoya. Gentlemen, what a fantastic final that was. Juan Pablo, if I can turn to you first. You came, you saw, you conquered, my friend. It's been we've kept you away from the Race of Champions for a while. I wish you'd have been competing many, many times if that's the show you put on. Well done.
No, thank you. I think first of all, I want to thank all the fans that came out today. Frederick and everybody at the Race of Champions, they did an amazing event. It's unbelievable. Today I'm actually regretting that I haven't done this before. I've been invited every year, and normally at the end of the season I used to go home and I go, get on an airplane for 10 hours. Now, if you told me I got to fly 15 hours to go, I'll probably do it.
We're happy he just turned up.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's beginner's luck.
It's not always this good for the rookie, but it was that good for you. What do you think you had that gave you that little extra edge? You know, what skills do you possess that you put to the test the best?
I don't know. I just go there and see. No, I ask a lot. I don't mind asking. I don't have a pride, so I keep asking people, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I just keep trying to add things to to the database of what you need to do. And, I actually got DC Coulthard right before the final. Said, you guys gonna do one race here, one race in the KTM, and you gotta do a third race. It's in the rock car. I thought, man, I drove the KTM yesterday. I don't know even. You gotta change gears. You gotta leave it in a gear. What do you need to do? I have no idea. So I'm going asking people, what do I need to do? So it's fun.
Well, you're the rookie. You're allowed to seek some advice. Tom, DC's meant to be your best friend. There he is, helping Juan Pablo Montoya to beat you. Glad that you've still got a smile on your face. You've got such a great record here. It's got to go for you eventually. You've got to lift the Champion of Champions trophy eventually here.
No, I guess I'm just getting slowly too old, but I enjoy it immensely to be here, and of course I'm proud of being in the final. But
say if you're old and slow and you finish second, what happened with everybody else then?
You're going to be very slow.
Oh, they are going to be very slow.
No, I think, I mean, I've been retired now for 2 years, but coming here, of course, you don't forget what you live for, and of course, I love racing, and we are racing drivers, and to be invited here, it brings the best out of us when we put the helmet on. And just as you said, we are guessing things, because now it's a new concept this year. We are basically just rolling 42 meters with the cars, and then we take off. In the car, we haven't been in, or we tried it yesterday, or we might have tried it earlier in the day, but it's every time different, and it's very much this, that if you're too cautious, you don't win. But also, if you're too brave, you cock it up so easy. So it's always you're fighting with your own system and trying to do well. And I've known this guy since he came doing Formula 3. He came first time to a Formula 3000 test in Jerez. And already then I knew he would have an exceptional career. I knew he has something special about this man. And so no, it's not true. But he was very good, and this has seen in his career. So, as I said, the 16 drivers, Coulthard or JB. I mean, Jensen Button. We were cycling this morning at Key Biscayne, and we said, "Oh, we don't want to meet each other today," and we meet in the quarterfinal. That's a camaraderie of it, and of course, you go out and you try to do best. And at the end of the day, all the races are incredibly close.
You have some great camaraderie between the drivers, but I sensed there was a little more of a competitive edge this year. Whether it was because we were in Miami for the first time, whether the track was a bit shorter and therefore you had to be on your mettle more, I don't know. But did you feel the competition was a little more fierce than in previous years?
No, I just think it's 16 very good drivers, and I mean, you can't put your finger on who's going to win. Yeah, now you can, but before it's no chance. It's so little. It's so, and you see yesterday there was people posting faster time than us, but again in practice, you don't want to. You want to make sure that you learn the different things and try the different gears and stuff like that, and try to get it together, and then make it sure it works works today, and it worked for us until the final, and it just did a little bit better.
One more question from me, Juan Pablo. Nico Rosberg retired after winning his championship at the end of last year. I do hope you're not going to retire from Race of Champions now. You are going to come back and defend your title, yeah?
I told somebody earlier, my wife is the one that said, I want to go, you better do it. Okay, I'm doing it then. and I thank her because it's been an amazing experience. As Tom said, you know, it's really cool because it's really not our job today, you know what I mean? It's a fun event, but when you go out to the grid, you want to warm up the tires, you want to warm up the brakes, you're thinking about everything, how am I going to start, how am I going to drop the clutch, what am I going to do in the first corner, everything. It's unbelievable how focused you are. And the track is so little that it's like qualifying. It's like, you're done, that's it.
Well, you are done, and you're champion of champions. Magnificent. Do we have questions from the media, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to come amongst you and not get the photographer's way. This gentleman here.
Juan Pablo, can you speak on just the amount of high-profile drivers that were here at the event? What was that like being with those guys?
It's great, and a lot of them I know them from a lot of years. You know, I raced, you know, with Tom many years ago. I raced with David. I raced with, you know, Button. I raced, I mean, most of them. A lot of the Indy cars I raced with them last year. I raced with Massa. Actually, the only guy I never raced against was Sebastian Vettel. He was actually a teammate to my younger brother, you know. So when I was in Formula 1, he was in Formula BMW. He was just starting. And they used to say he was going to be amazing, and he is, you know. And even the level he has, he just had a bad day today. And, you know, look at Travis at the beginning. I was worried for, you know, he's the only guy that won all 3 heats. He was on a mission.
Next question, right next to me.
En español, por favor, Juan Pablo. El otro día los corredores americanos decían que estaban en casa, pero de eso nada. Estabas tú en casa.
Sí, la verdad, pues Miami es muy latino y había mucho colombiano hoy. Entonces, la verdad, mucho latino, mucho colombiano y fue muy divertido. You agree on that?
That's perfect. It's a good question too. I just think that he. I mean, I'm sure he will do Le Mans one day, and that's what you asked about. And so just make sure he does that. I would love to look forward to see him doing the 24 hours, and I know he will be capable of doing very, very well.
Are you going to be at Le Mans maybe in the DPI down the road?
I have no idea.
Are you looking at me or are you looking at him?
You already left there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you won it too many. How many times you freaking won it?
If you don't know that, then ask your wife.
You're retired.
It wasn't 9, wasn't it?
No, Juan, I mean, there's talk about possibly making a return in sports car racing, or is that just...
No idea.
No idea, okay.
That's a very good politically answer. I have no idea. I don't know. I know I'm doing Indy.
I couldn't do it in Spanish, though.
I know I'm doing Indy this year. I got plenty of time off, so it's pretty good. You know, my boy is racing. He just moved to junior, and in the summer he's actually moving to do some races with Burrell in Europe, so we're excited for him.
It's great. Great.
Were you invited to Daytona this year?
No, nobody ever calls. You'd be surprised. People, I don't know if they just don't have my number or they just...
Maybe they don't want to win.
Yeah, I won half the time I won there, so it's not bad.
With such a good relationship that you carry for Ganassi team and having all
never
those
called.
cars.
You gotta ask him, you know, man.
It's a bad phone reception inside here anyway.
That's the problem.
Next question, ladies and gentlemen. Who else had their hand up? Charles.
Obviously, as you say, Juan Pablo, your laser focus this year is on the Indy 500. I mean, you've got plenty of time on your hands basically to focus on that race. How are you going to approach it? Approach it any differently when you run a full-time series?
Not really. I don't know. I normally don't really care about points, so that hasn't changed. I think it's, in a way, it's exciting because you don't need to worry about anything else. I think cars are the same as last year. I know we had an awful 500 last year, and we know why, and we fixed it, and later in the year we're really quick in the big ovals. So I think we've got a really good baseline, and you just got to be smart and understand what you need. If you can find that, then you're going to be really good. And a lot of the 500, you just what people don't, when I raced NASCAR, I learned that in a 500-mile race, it doesn't really matter anything until the last 5 laps or 10 laps. You just gotta figure out how to get there. And a lot of the guys that run Indy full time, they're so focused on leading, and they wanna, and come out of the pits. If you lose 2 places in the pits, and if you can't pass it, you are not gonna freaking win it. So you gotta be smart about that. So if you run a smart race and take advantage of the situations, then you gotta show it.
More questions, ladies and gentlemen. I'll come around.
Well, let's do one more in Spanish, please. ¿Con cuál de los vehículos que estuviste hoy te sentiste más cómodo y con cuál más incómodo y por qué?
El que más me gustó de manejar fue el de rally. La verdad, me pareció increíble lo divertido que es. Entonces eso voy a hacer una llamada mañana porque de pronto quiero tratar de a ver si puedo hacer una carrera en esos carros que me gustó mucho, la verdad me gustaron mucho. El que más me costó, no sé, no, la verdad todos, el que la verdad, aparte del que más me gustó manejar fue el de rally, pero el que más creí que me adaptaba bien fue, what's the name of the prototype, the English one?
I lost you in the conversation. When you're driving, do you think in Spanish or you think in English?
In Dutch. That's the problem. No, not the snake. No, the little.
Harris.
Radical.
The radical.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, en el radical, la verdad me sentí súper bien y fue el que me dieron en la cabeza. Entonces, they beat me. That's the one I prefer the most. I felt really good, and I go out and Matt beats the hell out of me in the first time. So it wasn't fun.
How about Mr. Kristensen? Which one did you like the best of all the cars?
Yeah,
The guy didn't drive the rock car, which we would have been if I had won one of the heats in the final. I will go to the.
yeah, I didn't want to race against him in the rock car. I knew I was gonna get my ass so beat. It would have been funny. Be honest.
That's nice, but I mean that car is the heart of the race of champions because it has been all the years I've been there. It's obviously a lot of years I've taken part, and now as I go to the final, they will invite me again, even though I have my big birthday coming up. I'm looking forward to come back, and he already said.
What do you call big? Why is it big? The amount of number or just the party?
Both.
Ah, okay.
Does Juan Pablo get an invite there? That's what we want to know.
Yes, but I will speak to his wife first.
I don't blame you.
And you only get to go if your wife says you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the answer right? Question here.